Welcome guys. So in this video we are gonna learn about how to solve Newton's forward interpolation method. So in this method, in the question there will be a table like that will be given where x and y or fx value will given to you, and they will tell you to find a value of fx. X means any kind of value. So here you can see it is x, which has a lot of values, and if you see that the gapping of their respective values is even to them, so means x, it is x0 position, x1 position, x2 position, x3 position, x4th position. So all the gapping between each numbers there are similarities. Likewise 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20. So in Newton's method, forward interpolation or backward interpolation method, the value of x will be in a even gapping, means the interval of them will be similar. Likewise 0 to 5, there will be not be given like 5 to 7 or 7 to 12. There will be a similar relative relation between them. So respective to each of the values of x, there will be a fx value. Likewise fx in x0 position there is 1.0. For 5 it is 1.6, 10 for 3.8, 15 for its 8.2, and for 20 it is 15.4. So now they ask us to find the value of f3. So from basic knowledge we can tell that the value of x is between 0 and 5, somewhere at this kind of position. So we can tell that the value of fx, as you can see, it is increasing order. So value of fx will be between 1.0 to 1.6. Okay, then we have to know the formula of Newton forward interpolation method, that is y is equal to fx plus p, which is the interval of the table. I will come to that later. Into delta of y0 plus p into p minus 1 by 2 in 2 factorial into delta square y0 plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 by 3 factorial into delta cube by y0 plus dot 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 dot. And the h which will be given to you is equal interval between x, means the equal intervals. After 0 there will be 5, 5 to 10, means there will be even intervals or even gapping between each of the values, which is 5, we know that. And the formula of p, which I am telling you before that, is p is equal to fx minus x0. So the x is the value which we have to find, there is 3, and the minus x0, the value which the value before just before the value of 3, means and we have to find that from the table, means we cannot say the value of 3, so the list before value is 2. No, because the value of 2 is not given in the table. You can see that the value of x is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. So the value of 3 before the value of 3 is 0. Here we can see that from the given table. So here the value of x0 is 0. Likewise, if they asked us to find the value of 4th, means the value of 4 is just less of 5, so still the value of x0 for that case also 0. And for value of likewise 7, so if they asked us to find the value of f7, then the value of x0 for that case will be 5, because the just prior to that value is 5, so we gonna say that the value of x0 for that case is 5. So here from this equation we can say that x minus x0 by h is the equal number of interval between x. Here the case is 3 minus 0 by 5, which we divided that, we got 0.6. Now the next part of that is we have to create this table. Okay, according to the table they ask us. asked us previously. Okay, so here we have to create the table where there is a column of x, fx, del y0, del square y0, del cube y0, del to the power 4 y0. Now the fx is the value of this del y0, del square y0, del cube y0, del 4 y0, nothing but the value we have already seen that from the formula. So we will write down all the value of x's like that, and all the value respective of the x values we write down like this. And to find out each of these values, from that we will minimize or we will subtract the value of in a relative pair. Likewise 1 0 1.6 3.8. Likewise we so there is a method. If you starting the arrow from this, the value after subtraction will be write down here, and similarly 1.6 to 3.8 we will subtract that and get the answer. Then we write down at the position of del y0. And similarly if you minus all of the values, like in a mountain, like side slide mountain, then we find the values of these. And so that similar the case of del y0, we subtract the value of these two, again these two, again for these two, and we will get the values of these, and again we subtract the value of these two and these two, and got the find. We have to continue this table till not we get 0. Okay, so remember we will minimize like that till not we get 0. So whenever we get 0, we'll stop in that position. So now after getting all the relative values which we are required to solve Newton's forward interpolation method, we get those. Now put the values on the formula, and which is y is equal to f of x. We know f of x is 1.0. And there is another case from this large kind of table which we see. So which values of del y squared, or which value of del y cube, or which value of del y0 we take. So here the case is the value which they asked us to find, and the prior value to that means yx0. We have to take all the values of x zeros here. Likewise we have to create a diagonal of these values. If they ask us f7, so then we take that values of diagonal values of x1. So we will write down all the value relative to that. Okay, and take those and put those in our formula. So likewise as we got the prior value is x0, so we initial value is x0, then we take all the values of x0 diagonally and put them into the formula. So we get 1 plus 0.6 into 0.6 plus 0.6, as we know that p into y0 value is 0.6, plus p into p minus 1, p into p minus 1 by factorial of 2 we get 2 into 1.6, plus p into p minus 1, p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 by factorial of 6. Factorial of 6 means 6 into y del y0. Del y0 is 0.6. So after calculating all those values, you can calculate that in your calculator also, no problem. If the examination will tell you to do so, otherwise we have to calculate that in your pen paper. 1 into so we get the 1 plus 3.06, and we get the value of f of 3 is 1.2016. So as I said you that the value of f3 will lies between the value of 0 to a value of 5. So according to our situation, the value is correct. So this is the method of how to solve the value of any from a given table to which they are asked us from by Newton's forward interpolation method. Thank you, and stay tuned and subscribe my channel for further videos like this which will help you in your upcoming examination.